Good morning, true crimers, my partners in crime, my fellow case discussion people. It is Thursday, May 15th, and I just wanted to quickly come on here because I know this isn't a normal true crime series day, but I am following the case of LillyAndJackSullivan so closely. It's all I'm doing all day is looking for updates, and unfortunately there's not a ton of updates. So I haven't come on here to talk about it because there's just not a whole lot to discuss unless we're going to speculate, which I think that has done. This case has been speculated in every possible scenario. However, I am getting a lot of comments, so I just wanted to say hi and just tell you a little bit about what I've found, where I'm at, and then open the discussion up for you guys to continue the conversation if you want to, a safe space to talk about it. My new trusty, very professional disclaimer is the following content is based on publicly available information and is intended to inform and engage audiences interested in true crime. Basically saying this is all my thoughts, my theories, my speculations, my opinions, not fact. Please form your own opinions. And so now we can get into it. So just a quick summary. Lilly is 6, Jack is 4. They were reported missing by their mother and stepfather on Friday, May 2nd around 10 a.m. It was said that they got out the very quiet sliding glass door and vanished without a trace. And so there's been huge speculation, and there was also a huge search for these kids, and not a trace that we've been told has been found. So some people think that the siblings got lost in the woods. Some people think they were abducted. A lot of people think that the parents, if not had something to do with it, at least have guilty knowledge. Now, in my opinion, the parents, the mother and stepfather, especially the mother, has done nothing to help those rumors. Every step she's taken so far, which isn't many, which is another problem, has fueled the rumors. So since I started with the mother, that's the direction I will start in. I think it's highly suspicious that she left the house. Now, she might have been told to leave the house because it was the stepfather's property and his mother and brother lived there as well. So maybe she didn't have a choice. So I'll give her that. But she has only done one interview, and that interview was less than appealing. There was no emotion behind the words. Even the words said were not the words that we would expect to hear from a mother. And I can get into that and analyze that a little bit more later on. But the interview to me was highly suspicious. It sent off red flags the entire time for me. And so that's the first thing. But what really set me off with the mother is the fact that she had deactivated her Facebook, and it was rumored that she had blocked her now ex Daniel, the stepfather, but I think she just deactivated her account, which then blocked everybody. However, I don't know how many days later, but a few days later, she reactivated her account, not to make a plea for her children, not to put their faces out there or their information, but to update her relationship status. I don't know about you, but as a mom, that would be the absolute last thing I would care about, would think about. She also took the time to make some, maybe accept some friend requests because she had a few more friends on Facebook. Why are we worrying about Facebook? The only reason a parent of missing children should be worried about Facebook is using it as a platform to beg and appeal for their children. So that was said and done. But then it's rumored that she reactivated it again to delete all the pictures of her now ex Daniel, the stepfather. Oh yeah, and it's rumored that she also deleted the one post she had about her children. In the post, she was asking for an Amber Alert, and that's gone too. No new post about her children, nothing. Just removing all the pictures of her ex. that's where her focus is right now. Obviously, if that's what she's doing, that's her focus, is her relationship status. That says pretty much all I need to know about the mother. Because, you know, you can say in a missing children's case, everyone handles things differently, everyone reacts differently. Right, okay. But worrying about your relationship status on social media while your 2 children are absolutely missing for weeks now? No. So there was a small update from the investigation. It's the RCMP, I believe. And they said that they have had over 180 tips and that they have had over 35 formal interviews on top of both sides of the family being formally interviewed. I think several times. They have scaled back the enormous search that has started since the case began, but they are still investigating and they are still searching. It's just more selective areas. I don't know what's driving them to these particular areas, but so they said from the beginning, the authorities said that they treat any missing person case or any missing children case, especially missing children, in the beginning as possible foul play or possible suspicion right away. But my question is, if that's the case, why weren't the cadaver dogs brought in the beginning? Like, along with the live scent dogs and all the other searches, but why weren't cadaver dogs used, like, right off the bat? I've always wondered that. And the other thing, you know, there hasn't been any new updates, but I've been doing a lot of thinking. And that area, guys, I have seen pictures and videos. A lot of the locals are sending in to other channels, like, videos of the area, and those woods are so thick. And there was a hurricane a couple years ago, so there are trees down. These woods are not easy to navigate, period. So even for an adult, the searchers were getting injured. They were having such a hard time. So can you imagine? These are grown adults that are trained, that have the proper equipment for a 4 and 6-year-old with little legs. And can you imagine? I can't imagine they would get too far in that at all. That's one thing. It's also been reported Lilly, the 6-year-old, had this ear-piercing scream. And so many people have talked about it, and there was actually a video at a birthday party of this scream. So we have all heard it if you've seen the video. It's something she did often, because the bus driver also did an interview and said that the scream is something she does often. So you don't think she's doing the scream in the woods, where it would like echo and you could hear her? And just the other piece, these are little kids. You don't think that one piece of evidence would have been found? Nothing? You think she's still holding on to that backpack? His pull-up after days and days and days is still just hanging on? No like tears in clothing in this heavy wooded area? I'm not buying it. And the last thing that I'll mention is they said that she was home because she had a cough and she was sick, Lilly. That has never been brought up again. Like, if you have a child who is missing, whether they had been abducted in the woods, taken off, whatever, wouldn't you be concerned about the fact, extra concerned about the fact that she's also sick? It's never been talked about again. Huge red flag. So, like I said, there's not any new real updates other than the little bit of an update about the 180 tips and the 35 formal interviews. So I just wanted to come on because I know everyone's talking about this case, and I just wanted to be able to continue the conversation here. So if you have any thoughts, please leave them in the comments below. If there's anything that I haven't heard of, I haven't mentioned, leave it in the comments below. Let's continue the conversation in a safe space, and I will see you tomorrow on True Crime Friday.